All right, welcome back to the three-time Emmy Award-winning state champs. This is our high school football preview show, and we continue our look at the top teams and conferences across Southeast Michigan. Detroit News' Tom Markowski is here to break it down. Let's move on to the Catholic League.
We'll start in the Central Division, always one of the toughest divisions in the state. Detroit Catholic Central is number 1, Orchard Lake St. Mary's number 2, Birmingham Brother Rice number 3. Catholic Central with Matt Godin on the line of scrimmage, going to the University of Michigan. The Shamrocks are the team to beat. Go to the AA division. I have Notre Dame Prep number 1, Ann Arbor Richard number 2, Dearborn Divine Child number 3. Intersectional 1, I have Detroit Loyola number 1, Bishop Foley number 2, Cabrini number 3. I like Loyola as a prohibitive favorite there. I think they run away with it. Intersectional number 2, Waterford Our Lady of the Lakes number 1, Royal Oak Shrine number 2, Riverview Richard number 3. Lakes has to be good this year. They scheduled Detroit Country Day as one of their non-league games. Mike Boyd must think he's got a powerhouse with the Lakes.
All right, Detroit, are you ready? Time now to talk about the Public School League. In fact, intriguing here, they've dropped it down to just 2 divisions, 8 in one, 10 in the other. Who do you like?
In Division 1, I like Cass Tech number 1, Crockett number 2, King number 3. Cass is loaded. If they can replace their quarterback and their running back, they could get back to the Division 1 semifinals. Division 2, you could throw a dart at a dartboard and pick out the winner on this one. I'm going with Southwestern. I like Andre Harlan. He's a heck of a coach. And then I have Pershing number 2, Douglas number 3.
All right, stay with us. Our conference blitz continues here on State Champs. We've got 5 more conferences to preview. One that we feel will grow substantially over the next several years is the Charter School Conference.
This is a 2-horse race, Michigan Collegiate and Harper Woods Chandler Park. I really believe Michigan Collegiate's going to go 9-0 this season. They have a plethora of talented players.
All right, well, let's quickly take a trip up 94 North, maybe up 53 as well. Take a look at the Blue Water Conference.
Head and shoulders above the rest is Croswell-Lexington, a perennial playoff team. Next you have Almont and then K-Pac.
All right, we're going to bring it back down south now. Look at one of our favorite leagues to cover, and that is the Downriver League. Always a lot of parity.
At the top of the list, I have Southgate Anderson, followed by Wyandotte Roosevelt and Allen Park. Talking about Wyandotte, they have a big offensive line coming back, and running back Hunter Matt should do well there. But I like Southgate. You have Craig McNeese, a linebacker defensive end, will start at quarterback this season.
All right, quickly, we cover them all. Let's get into the MIAC, better known as the Michigan Independent Athletic Conference.
At number 1, I have Rochester Hills Lutheran Northwest. Number 2, Sterling Heights Parkway Christian. And number 3, a playoff team from last year, Grosse Pointe Woods University Liggett.
All right, we've got one more to get to. Some will say we've saved the best for last. It's the Macomb Area Conference, better known as the MAC. A lot of divisions in this one. Let's get to it.
We'll start in the red division. Utica Eisenhower, which hasn't been to the state finals in nearly a decade, I have number 1. Romeo number 2. Macomb Dakota slips to 3. In the white division, we have Utica Ford, then Roseville, and then Warren Cousino. Ford's going to be way up. It's one of their best teams in years. In fact, it could be their best team in history. On to the blue division. We have Grosse Pointe South. I have number 1, Port Huron number 2, and New Baltimore Anchor Bay number 3. Grosse Pointe South, which reached the semifinals of Division II last year. I really look to have a better season this year. On to the gold division. I have Marine City number 1, Madison Heights Madison number 2, and St. Clair Shores Lakeshore number 3. The silver division, I have Marysville number 1, Warren Woods Tower number 2, St. Clair Shores Lakeview number 3. Finally, in the bronze division, St. Clair Shores Southlake number 1. Southlake was a playoff team last year, lost to Detroit Country Day in the first round. Mike Giannone from Dakota told me this could be the big team in the MAC this year.
All right, now if your team did not make our list, we would like nothing more than to eat crow later in the season. Prove it on the field, and we'll talk about it right here on State Champs.